Have you ever finished a painting, packed it up, shipped it out, and realized later that might have been the last time you ever saw it? Most artists don't realize, but every time you create a piece, you're sitting on a digital goldmine. What if one image of your painting could earn you 10x more, months or even years later? In this video, I'm gonna show you how I photograph and save every painting I create, but more importantly, I'll show you why it's one of the most valuable habits you can build as an artist, because this isn't just about taking pictures. It's about preparing for opportunity. Let's get into it. Welcome to today's video. Yesterday was a busy day in here. I was in here creating two paintings. One of them is right back there. I'll show you what that process looked like in a little bit, and I've got another one that's on the stand, which I'll show you in just a moment. But what I'm doing today, now that they're all dry, is I'm going to capture the images of these paintings so I can get them ready for print. But really what I want to show you right now is just a simple way to photograph your art, but the point is to do it, and I'll explain why. So those of you who don't know me, my name is David Garibaldi. I'm a performance painter. I create these large portraits in minutes to music live on stage. I also help artists grow their brands, and there's some info down below in the description to help you with that. So let's get into today's video. Let's go. Let me show you one of the most important parts about this is not the camera, because you can do this with the iPhone if you absolutely have to, or whatever camera you have. The most important part of this is the lighting, and not just any lighting. It has to be evenly lit. So there's a bunch of different ways to do this. You could use flash photography, but the point is to use at least two soft lights that are diffused that will evenly spread across the canvas. You have to imagine laying your canvas down on a scanner and that light just kind of evenly scanning the image. Now that would be a perfect world. We have cameras, and that's why we set up these lights so that it feels like the art was scanned. I'm just using two of these tube lights. I've have them set to the most white option, the white balance, and I'll do all the color grading and adjustments later, which I'll show you. But if you can, set these up in a way that it evenly washes the light. I think I have it down pretty well on here. And also make sure that the lights are at the same level as the art as well. Lighting, the most important part, aside from the next step, which is we'll go into the camera. So this camera that I'm using, it's a Sony A7R III. I feel like I should have known this. Also, I have a 35mm lens on here. Now, the reason why I have this particular lens, obviously it's the sharpness and quality, but also at this 35mm size lens is there's no distortion in the image, and you want the image to be as straight and normal as possible when you capture it. So I found that this 35mm just works really well. I always try to position the height of the camera at the middle of the image, and then I'm gonna show you from another camera, just kind of walking through setting that up. But I will share some of my settings on the screen. Let's capture the image. Yes, we're gonna have to learn some new skills along the way outside of the love and passion we have to create. What helps is when we're learning these new skills, that our mindset is that this is for a much bigger purpose. This is not just to take a photo of the art that we just created, but it's to help us earn more money down the line. And later in this video, I'll share about some scenarios on how we can earn from saving these digital files of our art. While I'm uploading these images, I wanted to take a moment to invite you to join the Art Supply Members Club. This is a weekly newsletter where I share information from inspirational tips to even limited access workshops as well. So there's some info down below in the description for you to join the Art Supply Members Club. So I've got the images in my Lightroom, and what I'm gonna do is a screen record, and then I will show you my process, just the basics of how I turn those photos into print-ready images. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Let's just start going and doing the basics of getting this together. So first we're gonna go ahead and crop. Now the beauty of this later on, I don't wanna lean on it too much, but we can always take it into Procreate and add a little bit to the edge or lengthen the canvas, but we wanna try to minimize that as much as possible. Let's do some basic light adjustments. I think the exposure is good, but I'm just gonna raise it up just a little bit. I'm gonna give it a little bit of contrast. I'm just kind of just turning up a little bit. I'm gonna draw the shadows down because my black canvas is pretty much shadow. And I've got a lot more work to do on that. I'll show you a trick in just a little bit. Let's go to brushes. I'm gonna select an area that I'm gonna start working on with these pants because the pants have a lot of black. And I'm making a brush specifically for the black. So I'm gonna use that black adjustment and I'm gonna adjust it down. And now we're just gonna brush in all the areas that where the black looks a little gray and I want it to be as black as possible. So we're gonna go over all these shadows. The goal is to make this look like it's as even lighting as possible. And I'm gonna make one for the exposure to go up a little bit in the corners because when we crush that black, the corners dip down just a little bit. Now that may also mean that I need to do better at lighting the edges around this. Right here, this is a great place for this to be. Now let's go to the other image and let's pick one that we like. By the way, if there's a step that you think I skipped in this process, just ask me down below in the comments. I'm happy to go over it in a future video. I'm gonna keep working on this, but I wanna share a little bit more about why we're doing this. And it goes beyond just showcasing our artwork and just being able to have a cool image to post on Instagram. It's much deeper, it's much bigger. It's probably one of the most important things you can do as an artist to generate revenue. I'll explain. Imagine finishing a painting, you're packing it up, and you send it off with 10x of the potential to earn more from this one image. The crazy part is artists do this all the time. If you want to 10x your earning potential from any single image, this is what you should do. The more that you can capture and digitally save files or video or pictures of your art, each time is like putting into something like a digital bank. Now, you don't need to make a print of this image that you just finished right away. You could, at any given moment, especially those moments that all of us artists have, you know, when rent's due, bills are due, and you're like, how do I come up with cash or make some sort of offer where there's an immediate payoff right away? That's where these digital images come into play. To become a six-figure earning plus artist, it's really not just about making that sale every day, it's being ready to do that. When you save these digital files, it's what prepares you for those moments. So the next time you're about to ship off a painting, take a moment, take a breath, take a photo, edit it, save it, put it into your digital bank Dropbox, however you save files. Doing this process will help you earn 10x plus on each image you create. All right, I'm gonna get things set for the next painting. And I just appreciate all of you for watching this video. And I do hope that this information inspires you, to get you to think different and bigger about this beautiful gift that you have to create. Remember, down below, there's a link in the description to join my Art Supply Members Club. It's a weekly newsletter that I send information and inspiration out. I also open up spots for free workshops for those of you who are members. Also, if you enjoy content like this, just consider subscribing and liking this video so you get updated anytime I post new videos. I'll see you in the next video.